One of the things I hate the most is the amount of time people waste during the champion select phase, especially in a competitive or scrim scenario. It's always extremely frustrating as a coach to hear players talk about skin selections, banter about their opponents, or have generally unproductive conversations during this time. Or even worse, they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, they're watching a VOD of something else, and their focus is not on the scrim. Now, when I teach players and teams about the game, I always present them with this trick question: which is the most important part of the game? And people would argue that it's the early game or the late game, and some more inquisitive players would take a garner at saying that it's the champion select phase that matters the most. And in the case of the latter example, it's not entirely true, but it kind of gets there in terms of what I was looking for. My answer is that it's the 2 minutes between locking in that last champion and the start of the game that is the most important part of the game. Because that 2 minutes should be spent discussing as a team, finalizing what the game plan should be, what the game dynamic is, who's on offense, who's on defense, who has the scaling advantage, stuff like that. The execution in the mid game, spell orders, how we're going to take the team fights, and where the focus of the team is supposed to be in the early game, and then we piece that together by having the jungle communicate its jungle parting in relation to what the laners need to get them to succeed in the lane so that they can facilitate and plan out an appropriate level 1 as well. Now, this is a method that is very applicable to solo queue as well. Don't just look at it as, yeah, you need 5 people together. I'm going to play solo queue. This doesn't apply to me. If you are playing your regular games, this is a method that is very, very applicable to your solo queue games as well. And it will help you get a better frame of mind to better understand the game and your role in the lane so that you know what your limitations are in controlling the wave. Do you want to keep the wave in your half if possible, or do you want to push your opponent in? Should you be harassing with a pushed wave or making the roam to another lane? And all of this depends on the macro overall structure of what has been picked so far and what your job is in this game. I think this recurring problem I have in terms of coaching of players generally not being able to summon the focus to effectively communicate during the champion select phase and the 2 crucial minutes before the game starts, it has very largely to do with them always stepping out to indulge in some endorphin hit of YouTube, or their choice of social media, or just talking about random crap in general. Now, here's the Jensen fix for it. Every game after you lock in your champion, start filling in the answers to the following questions. Which team has the scaling advantage this game? Should the top side or bot side of the map be the focus of the team in this game? What is my role on the team this game? What resources are needed for the team to succeed in this game? 4 questions, start with these four. And now, depending on what role you play and what level of aptitude you are at, you can add on advanced concepts about trading, the sequence of trading. Do you trade using spells? Do you trade using abilities? Or do you use the minion wave to help you trade with CC? How do you position in relative to your understanding of the jungle? And areas you have to respect relative to the game or details about wave control if you are at a higher level. So you can add on these additional distinctions as you move along. Now, not only is this a good exercise in reminding yourself about the important distinctions that will define your laning phase, but it will also better structure your learning and understanding of the game. There's this book called Dominoes. It is about effective change in people and organizations. And one of the big concepts inside it is that change is not additive, but it replaces something existing already. So this is actually a very good means of improving your gameplay. You just need to cut out that 3 to 5 minutes of your time you spend aimlessly scrolling through social media. It's like, yeah, picked in my champion, ban the champion, got to tab out, what's happening on Facebook, blah blah blah. Replace all of that. Replace all of that with this method that will hack your learning and in-game performance through the roof. No need for a 10-hour grind fast. No need for any of those. I'm going to sit down and, oh, I need to play 3 custom games today to make sure that I can hit 100 CS in 10 minutes. No need fancy OPGG reviews or paid coaching. Just stop wasting your time in Champ Select and use this to make yourself a better player.